I like really wish that you could smell this. Here. Everyone, I'm Chef Daniella Malfitano and welcome to My Choice Kitchen. Today, we're gonna explore healthy choices for your plate to empower you to feel great. And I have my good friend, Chef Shachi Mehra in the house because we're gonna cook up a holiday feast. You guys might know Chef Shachi because she actually was the recent winner on Food Network's Chopped. It was a really fun episode, so check it out. But she's also the co-owner and executive chef of Adia Restaurant in Anaheim and Irvine. So she's a local to my neighborhood and we've gotten to know each other over the last few months, and it's just great to cook with you today. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us about, what are we making today?
So we're gonna do masala mashed potatoes, which is a twist on regular mashed potatoes, way better. And we're doing a cranberry chutney that I make every year at my house.
I don't know about you, but we always keep the basic holiday menu pretty simple and classic, but we change a couple different recipes and we just like, you know, change it by like adding something that we'd never make. Do you guys do that at your house?
We do that. We change certain things. There's a core menu and then there's the other things that get changed every year. And then if there's a winner, it stays and makes it to next year.
I love it. I love it. Cool. Well, let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking. Ingredients that we're using are boiled potatoes, which you were kind enough to boil beforehand.
It makes it easy, just do it. And you can actually do this ahead of time. It's a really great time saver for the holidays because if you do this ahead of time and you put saran wrap over it, it will kind of, they'll stay kind of warm and ready to be mashed within the next couple of hours.
Right, so when your guest that's gonna mash them for you shows up, you're ready.
Exactly right.
So we have an onion that we already diced. We've got some minced ginger, minced garlic, and minced serrano. Serrano can be upped or lowered depending on how much spice you want.
Okay.
The two major spices that we're using, one is gonna be cumin seeds. The other spice that we're using is what is really popular right now is turmeric. It's so good for you. So we've got our pot on and it's starting to get warm. We're gonna add a little bit, about a quarter cup of olive oil.
And I love extra virgin olive oil in my kitchen. I use it for everything. I even use it for baking. And the reason I love it is because it's heart healthy. It's really, really important to get this good, delicious fat in your diet throughout the day. But I don't mind that like olive-y flavor.
I actually enjoy it as well. And I think the great thing about being here with you at My Choice Kitchen is that you're able to make substitutions and make things just as tasty, just healthier.
Yeah,
that's actually fantastic. So what we're waiting for here is when you tilt a pan with hot oil, you'll see a trail behind. So we're not quite there yet. The way to test it is to add a couple in there.
So really what you're looking for is when you drop the seed, the cumin seed in, it should start to pucker and pop a little bit.
It's not gonna pop so much, but it'll fit. It'll be like tiny bubbles around it.
Okay.
And then it'll swell up and then it'll change color. So if you look here, you can start to see some of these seeds. See the little trail of bubbles around them.
Oh yeah.
That is what we're looking for.
Oh wow.
Cumin powder is ground cumin seed.
Right.
But if you add a powder to hot oil like this, it's much more likely to burn.
Okay.
So this is what we're looking for. They're a little bit poofy, if you can see.
Yes.
They're a shade darker, and now we can smell it also. It's fragrant.
I like really wish that you could smell this. Here. It smells kind of like savory toasty popcorn just a little bit. It's nice.
So we're gonna add the onions in, and what that does is it cools down the pot immediately so that your cumin seeds are not going any further than they need to.
Okay, and Shachi, what makes this masala? Is it the cumin seed and onion mixture with turmeric? Is that the classic masala?
So the word
flavor?
masala actually means a blend of spices.
Oh, okay.
So there's masala chai, there's chicken tikka masala, there's garam masala, there's masala mashed potatoes. All of those are very different spice mixtures, but it just refers to the spice mixture that's specific to that dish. So yes, you're absolutely right. It's the cumin, onion, turmeric, ginger, garlic mixture that is going to be the base for our mashed potatoes.
Cool. Okay, we're going to use 3 tablespoons of minced garlic, and we're going to use a quarter cup of minced ginger. Perfect. Is that right, Chef Shachi?
Yes.
And of course, you can add more garlic if you want it to be more garlicky. Of course, more ginger, but these ratios that you've given us are really great. It's super flavorful. You really don't need to adjust it much.
Right, but if you love garlic or hate chilies, you've got to adjust accordingly. And
Yes.
I talk about this a lot. When you're making a recipe, it's important to remember who you're making it for and adjust accordingly.
I learned this trick when I worked in my very first restaurant, which was an Indian Latin fusion restaurant. And I will never forget the chef said this is the best way to peel ginger.
A very easy way to peel ginger is with a spoon, because everyone's got a spoon. So, and you can even have your assistant do it before they mash the potatoes.
So easy, it comes right off. The cool thing about the spoon is that it doesn't take away any of the ginger meat. It leaves all of the meat intact, and it's just really
it's just paper.
Nice skin, that paper
Right.
skin. That's it. And I was always taught, like, season as you go, especially with salt, so that you can sort of layer flavor upon flavor.
And that's so important in Indian food.
This is a family heirloom. I've had this in my family, well, since I was about 3 years old. This is our potato masher. And I prefer this method over a food processor or KitchenAid, something that's gonna like mix up your potatoes for you, because that really gets it over mixed. I want it to stay a little bit chunky. Now I kept some of the cooking liquid, the water,
Perfect.
in case we need it. And I always like to do that when I make mashed potatoes, because it's a good thickener in case you just need a little bit of water. You don't want to add too much cream or too much butter. You can thin it out with the starchy water. It's like perfect for my hand. I love this guy.
Look at those guns.
Thanks, Danny. I said to Chef Shachi, I was like, I want to make these 2 recipes, and I want to experiment with actually replacing the traditional heavy cream and butter with something that's plant-based, because it's really the way that I've been experimenting with eating. This is very new for me, but I love it. So today, we're gonna add to these potatoes a delicious plant-based butter that acts like butter, real butter. It looks like real butter. This is Miyoko's butter. This is mostly filtered cashews and water. And here's what it looks like. I've opened it up so you can see. It's more white than traditional butter, but it's so delicious. It really does taste just like cow's milk butter.
And cashews are actually used quite a bit in Indian food to thicken dishes.
Oh, wow.
So it makes so much sense
That's
that we
perfect.
would use cashew butter.
That's perfect.
I'm really excited about that.
So the other replacement is the heavy cream. For me, heavy cream kind of hurts my stomach. I notice this. It's really heavy for me. I don't eat like rich foods very often. And so I've been really experimenting with plant-based heavy cream, and this is a wonderful substitute. This is from Ripple. This is a half and half. This is for cooking and for coffee. You can either use it either way. It's actually from pea protein. So it's really thick pea protein milk. And it looks just like half and half and just like heavy cream. So we're going to use this today. And again, it's all 1-to-1 ratio. You don't have to change. You asked me earlier. You don't have to change your ratios. This is really great.
So these are a lot closer to where we want them.
Look at
The
this.
other
Gosh,
clue
that's
that you
gorgeous.
have, like you can smell the difference now, and the other visual clue is if you look around the sides, you can see the oil being released.
Yeah.
That's your visual clue that this is ready for the next step.
Okay.
And that's important for Indian food in general. Whenever you're cooking onions or tomatoes or anything like that, that's the visual clue that you're looking for.
Great.
So we're gonna add the cream, the butter, and the turmeric.
We might want a little bit more, but the recipe is 1/4 cup. So I'm gonna start with that.
Yeah, I think we probably will want a little bit more.
Yeah. And for turmeric, you added about a 1/4 teaspoon or so of powdered turmeric.
And we're gonna add a little bit more salt so that our base is salted. And ready. And once this butter melts, we're gonna add the potatoes in.
Great. All right, these are pretty much mashed. There's a little bit of chunk
ready
here,
for
but is
you.
that okay for you, Chef Shachi?
I like to have a little bit of chunk. So I'm gonna put in half of what you have in here first.
Okay.
And mix it up so that it's even before we add the other half.
Wow. Of course, that turmeric's gonna give it like the beautiful golden color. That is
Right.
gorgeous.
Whenever I think of mashed potatoes, I always think of them as yellow.
Yeah, you do. Right.
Because I've made these so many times in my life, and there's so many different ways you can use these. Like you can put them in a roll up, or like use them as a base for a sandwich.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so delicious. definitely more salt,
Okay.
and I think a little of this cooking liquid.
I think we need to add a little bit just because I feel like they're a little bit too
Tight.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just gonna start with the ladle.
And I'll mix it in, and then we can decide. Right?
Can we have just a touch more cream?
Yeah. Why not?
Let's do it.
We're using good for you cream.
Yeah, we are. And these potatoes are so flavorful that, like, I wouldn't even need to make a gravy for my table. Like, I would probably just really enjoy these with cranberry chutney on top, you know?
Yeah. So, like for us, for our Thanksgiving table, I generally don't eat potatoes with gravy ever.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's the side that holds its own. It's its
Yeah.
own thing.
It's
And
super flavorful.
yeah,
It needs
it's
nothing more.
I'm really excited about this. You know, the healthy changes we made to these. You were 100% right.
Can't
I
tell.
could not tell. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. All right, we're gonna make some cranberry chutney now.
Yes, I'm really excited. This is super simple. There's so many flavors involved.
And it's super healthy.
Yes.
Cranberries are super high in antioxidants. They are like superfoods. So we're gonna use fresh cranberries today. First thing live.
So I have a question.
Yes.
How do you know what bag of cranberries to pick?
Oh, good question. Well, I'll be honest. Last night when I was at the supermarket, I decided to go with the organic cranberries versus the conventional.
Okay.
They looked more plump and they had more color, like more pigment. So that was the decision that I made. What about you?
Just look for the ones that have the best ones in them.
Spoken like a true chef. So this is 2 8-ounce bags of cranberries, fresh. I did lightly rinse them because there was a couple that just felt like it needed to be rinsed. And then I strained them and in they go. So I got an organic orange. Also really important to get organic citrus when you're using the zest. Conventional fruit has a layer of wax that makes it more, well, appealing to buy in the supermarket. It makes it look shinier and more vibrant. But organic citrus doesn't have that wax at all. And I'm using no pressure at all. And all I'm doing is going around and I'm picking up all of this orange color and removing the color from the orange, getting it into this pot.
In the meantime, over here, I'm going to talk a little bit about what else is in this chutney. We've got ginger. We talked about mincing ginger earlier in the episode. We're using cinnamon sticks, star anise, whole cloves, and dried red chilies. There's just enough chili in here to add a little bit of heat and warmth, but not to make it spicy. Cloves are another warming spice. They add warmth to your body. So cinnamon is another one. They're all warming spices. They kind of help warm this dish. Star anise is very strong. If you've never used it, it's really beautiful. They are like little stars.
They're gorgeous.
And you've got these cute little tea bags that we're going to use.
Tea sachets. They're really great for this sort of application, so that these cloves or star anise are not like floating around, swimming around in the chutney themselves, and it's easier just to pick out.
Right. So at the end, when we've gotten all the flavor out of the spices, then we can just take this little bag out. So I've got 1 star anise, 4 cloves, a little chili in here. I'm going to drop that in there. I'm going to drop my cinnamon sticks in here and the ginger.
Wow, yummy.
And I'm going to have you juice that orange directly into our pot. I'm going to give this a stir. Some of the cranberries are already starting to burst, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah. So instead of light brown sugar, which you could use, which is just regular cane sugar with molasses added, we're going to use organic coconut sugar. And I love organic coconut sugar. It has like a lower glycemic index than traditional cane sugar, but it has a lot of micronutrients that you don't get in cane sugar that you do get in coconut. We're going to add, it's again 1 to 1, so
Perfect.
a 1.5 cup.
And the last thing we're going to add to this, super special, super festive, sparkling apple cider, because the little bubbles never hurt anybody.
Effervescence makes everything feel more festive.
It certainly does.
So we're going to use, again, 1.5 cups. Pour it right in. Ooh, look at that. Fun.
Now we're just gonna let this simmer. So if we had another project that we were working on for our holiday table, we could go do that and occasionally stir this until all the cranberries have burst and it starts to thicken.
Take a look.
And it smells delicious.
It smells really good.
Smells so good. Let's take a taste. What do you say?
Take a test. By test, I mean taste. Cheers.
Cheers. That coconut sugar is really amazing.
Yeah. It's really nice here. It's great. The cranberries are tart. The coconut sugar adds just like a
layer of caramelization.
Like a roundness to it. It's
Yeah.
really nice.
And you get a little bit of the orange at the end.
And just a slight heat from the chili arbels.
Right.
Just
Just you know
slightly.
they're in there.
Yep, that's right. I wouldn't have ever noticed. Yum. Well, I think we should plate and then we should go eat.
Let's do it.
Oh man, this looks so great and that was so much fun. But before we taste, let's just give this food a little gratitude.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you. Thank you, food. Thanks, Shachi.
Thanks, Daniella.
Let's taste. Moment of truth.
Go.
I know we already tasted, but like the elements together is where it's at.
The substitutions, like the healthy choice substitutions that we made, are really amazing.
I'm really glad you like them. Yeah, it worked really well. And because they were just easy, like one-to-one swaps, the heavy cream and the butter taste like heavy cream and butter.
Yeah.
And the coconut sugar, wow, with cranberries, it really does magic.
So good. Cheers.
Yay. Okay, I love these recipes. If people want to connect with you, how can they connect with you? What's the
You can
easiest
find
way?
us on social media
Mhm.
at ADYAOC. That's ADYAOC. We're on all our social media. We have 2 restaurants. One's in Anaheim, one's in Irvine. Come see us.
And if you haven't had a chance, go to Food Network and watch her episode. She destroyed Chopped. You are the winner forever.
Thank you.
Way to be. Thank you guys so much for being here, for watching with us. And until next time, let's rejoice in choice. If you like this video, give it a little like or a comment below, and don't forget to hit subscribe.
Subscribe to My Choice Kitchen.
That's right, subscribe.